What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? This is Ring Bean, and welcome to another episode of Live Video Game Hunts, that series where I show you all the awesome stuff I got through the week, through yard sales and garage sales. We go to flea markets. I hit up thrift stores like Goodwill and Salvation Army. I use apps like Let Go, OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook, whatever I can use to get my hands on some awesome games at some excellent prices. So make sure you stick through to the end of the video where we'll go over all the pickups as well as any of the stuff you did not see on camera, and you can't see it over here, but these pickups are like this high. This was an awesome week, as you'll find in this episode. But as always, all the links to my stuff are in the description. You got links to my Instagram if you have any questions or want to see some of this stuff kind of early. It's getting harder for me to follow all you guys out there as this channel grows, and it is growing fast, guys, and I can't thank y'all enough for it. You got links to my eBay store. If you ever see any of this stuff you are interested in, let me know. I always give subscribers excellent deals. And you got links to my Twitch channel. If you ever want to hear me bitch at a video game every now and then, that's the place to do it. Guys, there's two ways you can support this channel, both of which show me so much appreciation. If you can do anything, hit that like button. That is awesome. That just shows me there's people out there in this world that like watching these videos. And number two, if you want to go that extra mile, share this video. Let other people see these awesome pickups. But anyways, guys, I want you to sit back and relax. Let's start the show. Alright, welcome back, guys. This is the first pickup of the week, and for these first three pickups, they're all from Goodwill, but they're just going to be some quick panoramas here. I didn't really get a chance to open it up. I had to use my phone. I didn't have the spy glasses. But this first pickup here, I get three awesome games. One original Xbox game I didn't have, Rune Factory, which is a Natsume game, and then Frontlines for the Xbox 360. So awesome pickup for the first start. I think I only paid like $7 here, so very happy to start the week off with an excellent Wii title and a few Xbox games. This Goodwill pickup, I get Marvel Ultimate Alliance Special Edition sealed for PlayStation 2, as well as Kingdom Under Fire for the original Xbox. Awesome pickups, man, keeping this week going strong. So here's the last time I'll put you through some shitty panorama work here at Goodwill. On this day, I ended up getting Deadly Premonition for the 360, which is getting more and more obscure. Lost in Blue Shipwrecked, as well as Rogue Ops for the original Xbox, and another 360 game. So $3 a piece for all those. It was an excellent pickup. This week, I'm telling you guys, it was a strong week. This pickup here is through the beautiful eyes of the Miss Ring Bean, and she went to meet this guy while I was busy at work. This was an awesome pickup right here. I was very happy about it. I could have been happier had the price been cheaper, but this is a prime example, guys, of if you want to get free stuff for your collection or make money on top of that, you got to put a little work in. I paid $150 for this lot right here. It was quite pricey. I texted him. I said, hey, you know, do you still got this available? He said, of course. There's a lot of people interested. Once he said that, I knew he was not going to budge off the price, because I'm sure a lot of people were. There was excellent titles in here. You saw him pull out that Dominator, which is the wireless NES Advantage, basically. Aftermarket, though, but it's still pretty cool. It's obscure. It still sells for like $40 or $50, and it had the receiver. The main reason I got this is it came with 14 games. With majority of the games, there's the money right there. But one game in particular, which was Battletoads Double Dragons, caught my eye. That's a game that I did not have. It sells for about $80. Every single game had the manual. Well, I want to say 3 games didn't, but all the good ones definitely did, including Battletoads Double Dragons. And you'll see in there's also a standard copy of just Battletoads, but there's 14 games in all, 2 cases he pulls out. This was a very good pickup. I'll be able to refurbish the NES and sell it with a few of these good games right here and make my money back easy, and I'll be able to keep Battletoads Double Dragons, which is one that I did not have. So the NES was very clean, came with 2 controllers, all the hookups, it came with the zapper. I was very happy about it. I mean, you got to realize not all pickups are going to be absolutely amazing where you pay $3 and end up getting 30 Nintendo games. Now, of course, sometimes, very rarely, that may happen, but a lot of the times it turns out like this, where you got to spend a little bit of money, put some time in, put a little elbow grease in there, and you will end up coming up on top. Like I said, I'll make my money back, I'll make a few extra dollars, and I'll be able to keep 1 or 2 awesome games, as well as some manuals that I did not have. I just got to put the time and effort into said such things. So I'm very happy about this pickup. Like I said, I would have been very happy had the price been lower. If this would have been right at $100, I would have been extremely ecstatic. But $150, I'm going to be able to make it work. I'll make my money back, I'll make a few extra bucks, keep some awesome games. But that's how it goes, guys. Sometimes you got to put that elbow grease in there to get it going. And of course, at the end of the video, you're going to see all the individual pickups, because I know you can't see them that well here. So here's a sad part of the video. This pawn shop that I frequent very often is going out of business, guys. You see them in a lot of my pickup videos. It's a sucky thing. I hate it because I can normally get some really awesome pickups here, but at the same time, they're going to have this huge liquidation sale. This is the first day of said sale. I knew I had to get in there first. This was early in the morning. I wanted to come out of there with stacks full of games, which I do. I'm going to kind of just sit back and be quiet and let y'all watch this. I'm going to put on a little bit of backdrop music. Keep in mind, every game that you see me pick up was $2, and at the end, we've of course bundled everything and got everything just a little bit cheaper than that. We'll go over everything at the end of the video. Of course, it's hard to see all of what I get on camera, but you'll see a good bit of it. And what's great about this pickup is I was able to add a bunch of games to my shelves, which to me, that's the #1 goal when it comes to game hunting, is to get stuff for me first and then everybody else second. So sit back and relax, guys, and enjoy these pickups. So here we are, we're still at the pawn shop, and behind the glass they keep their more higher end games, and I picked up this copy of Fantasy Life for the 3DS. They had it marked at 30 bucks, but I ended up getting it for like $10, I believe. They were liquidating their prices, guys, so everything was dirt cheap. You'll see in the end of the pickups video, I got some really good stuff. It sucks to see these guys go, but at the same time, it was a heck of a Sheckler day. So here we are back at Goodwill, and I finally got the spy glasses on, and when I saw all these GameCube games, I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm about to find me a Smash Brothers, but unfortunately there was nothing like that in a lot. I almost picked up this copy of SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, but the bad thing was it was scratched all to shit. I didn't want to risk it. I just left it behind, but I do find a copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for the PlayStation 3. It was in mint condition, and I only paid $5 for it, so that was an excellent pickup right there. I was very happy about that one. Don't worry, I didn't leave anything behind when it comes to that GameCube bag. The only thing that was in there was a console, a controller, a copy of SSX Tricky, and they had like $90 on that. Like I told you before, the kid who does all the pricing for this games is complete hit or miss. But I'm glad I doubled back because I find this copy of Death Jr. I don't believe that's factory sealed. It's a pretty shitty seal job on there, but for $3 I was happy to pick it up and add it to my collection. So definitely a good Goodwill pickup. Here we are at another Goodwill right here, and one of my best bits of advice when it comes to Goodwills, immediately check the display cases. As you'll see, I come up to this one, and for whatever reason it was unlocked. Come to find out, she said the lock mechanism broke, so they just keep it open, which I guess kind of defeats the purpose of having it, but at the same time I was happy because I see this humongous bundle of Xbox 360 games. Now keep in mind there was nothing completely sexy in here. Now there was a few good titles. It was mainly a bunch of those Connect games that you always see. But believe it or not, some of those can sell for a pretty penny. You know, the later year ones, of course, just like sports games. If it's the more recent ones, they're going to sell for a bit more. But there was a handful of titles that I'll be able to add to my shelf, as well as sell and recoup the cost on this. But for this whole stack right here, I only paid 15 bucks. That's an excellent pickup right there. Even though it does not look like the most attractive lot, for $15, I would buy that all day long. So anytime you go into a thrift store, check behind the glass. You don't always be fooled. Now here's a random pickup right here. This is through the eyes of Miss Bean. She went to meet this lady, and this was posted on Facebook like a while back, and I never jumped on it then. When she first posted it, it was a good deal, and then I saw that she posted it again at an even cheaper price, and I sheckled her down another $2. So I ended up getting this copy of Donkey Kong Country 2 for $8. So right there, that is an excellent pickup. Of course, I'll be able to flip that and make a few extra bucks. That's what it's all about. And I actually think that's going to be a label upgrade for me, which is great because I want 3 excellent copies. Because you know you got Donkey Kong 1, 2, and 3 for the Super Nintendo, and I want all mine to be really nice and crisp, minty. So that right there was an excellent pickup. $8 for Donkey Kong Country 2. Come on. I mean, sometimes it's the little pickups that count that add up to be big things overall, you know, so I was very happy about it. So here we are Saturday morning at the flea market, and I am super excited because I see the lady. Y'all have seen her in previous videos. She does some of the most amazing deals you'll find at a flea market. So anytime I see her, I get super excited. Right away, I grabbed this Nintendo NES Zapper. I always pay $3 from her. Now keep in mind, we always do a bundle deal at the end. She always kind of shaves off a good bit, so I'm always happy to do business with her. All those Sega Dreamcast controllers, I bought every single one of them. She had $2 a piece on there. The unfortunate thing, I almost thought about buying that Turok Seeds of Evil. It was complete, but she said some of the stuff got some dew on there and it was kind of wet. I passed on it. But I ended up getting some N64 games, 2 of which I did not have for the collection. And the good thing about this lady is I usually end up finding a bunch of stuff that I can resell and a bunch of stuff that I can add to my collection. So anytime I see her, I'm always quick to grab because when people see me at the flea market, they usually try to hound around me because they know that I'm finding something. And I pick up this NES deck right here for $10. I'll pay $10 for a deck anytime just for the fact that I can refurbish those, bundle them together, and I can usually make quite a bit off of that. So $10 for a console is just fine by me. And you'll see that she had another Nintendo NES over there, but she had that one marked at $30 because it had the controllers and all the hookups. That's a great price right there in itself. Now, of course, it's not much meat on the bone, but if you were looking for an NES and you're at a flea market, that's a price that you should be able to pay and not feel bad about. If you'll remember from a few episodes back, this is where I bought all those Sega CD games, and I paid like $2 or $3 a piece for them. It was one of my biggest Sega CD scores of all time. And keep in mind, on my side of the country here, we don't get that much Sega CD at all, so I was very happy to find as much as I did. I ended up coming across 2 Sega Genesis games that I did not have, and they were fairly cheap, complete in box. One was a soccer game, this one right here, Champions, nothing too special, but I also got Fun in Games, which was complete, so I was happy to pick that up. I think that was like $2 and $3 a piece. Nothing terrible, very good prices. I don't mind paying those prices when it comes to a flea market or yard sale. You will not see eBay on this table. So the story behind this lady, if you are unfamiliar from past episodes, her brother owns a retro video game store, and he ends up with a bunch of extra inventory that's just not moving. He will mark it down to insane prices, and she will come down here and unload it. And this stuff is priced to sell, obviously, and I am so happy every time I see her. Now, if you could have seen the first time I ever bought anything off this lady, I left with trash bags, people. It was an amazing deal of all time. But every time I see her, you see that I am quick to the punch. The one thing that I love is the pricing is so sporadic. It's all over the place. It's always good, but sometimes it's really good. I get a couple 360 titles here for $2 a piece that are like $15 games. I get a few SNES carts that I did not have, but you'll see there's a copy of Turrican for the Sega Genesis. Anytime it doesn't have a sticker, she charges me $1, just like with Pitfall 2 a few episodes back. That's like a $20 cartridge right there. Man, I love this lady. Anytime I see her, my Sheckler goes through the roof, people. I'm very happy. So if you'll remember from last episode when I got that boxed NES console, this was the guy that I bought it from. And I'm making it part of my agenda each time I come to the flea market to check with this guy, because I end up getting some really awesome deals from him. And you'll see that I get this copy of Super Mario All-Stars. I only paid $3 for this. He says that he thought that the battery came loose in there. He said he heard it rattling around. I didn't feel it. Now keep in mind, I haven't opened it. Now if it is loose and if it's broke up in there, I can easily fix it. That's a very quick solder job. That's not going to hurt me at all. So $3, I will pay that anytime for Super Mario All-Stars, even if I got to do a quick solder job on there. So I'm definitely going to make sure to check back with this guy anytime I go to the flea market, because I get some really good deals from him. So I don't know about you, but I consider it a sport. Some people can haggle and some people cannot. It's all in friendly fun, I believe. I almost overlooked this box right here. It had a Nintendo DS. The hinges were broken. That happens a lot with this model right here. It did work, but I wasn't going to get it with broken hinges. I do see this Game Boy Advance. It's missing the back, and it's missing the back on the game it came with, which was Missile Command. I say, hey man, how much do you want for this? He said $5. People, anytime someone tells me a price, I usually consider it a suggestion. I was like, well, hey man, it's missing the back on both of these. How about $3? And he still wouldn't budge. He just said $5. I was like, all right, I'm going to get some shekels on you somehow. And he had this stack of pick-through games right here for the 360. The good thing is a lot of people overlook sports, but there was one in there which was MLB, like some Nicktoons game. It was like some compilation with Nicktoons Nickelodeon characters and MLB Major League Baseball. It was a crazy title, but it's worth like $10, $15. And I was like, well, how about that game and this console right here for $5? And he was like, sure. I mean, he didn't. Sometimes you gotta work that angle. And now keep in mind, I was gonna buy that game regardless for $2, so I ended up getting the Game Boy Advance for $3 like I wanted. It's a sport to me, and it's all in fun. But sometimes you just gotta shave them shekels off, people. Don't be scared to ask. So here's a random side-of-the-road sale that was a freestyle for me. I'm glad I stopped. I ended up getting this copy of UFC Throwdown sealed for the GameCube. I only paid $1 for it. Unfortunately, the sealed cellophane on there is all to shit. It's ripped. It doesn't look good. No one would buy it for its sealed quality, I don't believe. The disc would be in excellent shape, but for $1, it's a GameCube game I did not have. I was happy to pick it up, so good stop. Here's another freestyle stop. I paid a little bit extra more than I would on this, but the ladies were very nice about it. They had 3 PlayStation 4 games right here. I asked them how much they wanted. They said 5. I said, well, 5 for all of them. They were kind of, confused by that, so they said, well, how about 7 for all 3, which was good. And 2 sports games I should be able to sell, make that money back, and then Batman Arkham, I believe it was Arkham City, I will be able to profit on. So it was a good pickup for $7. I wasn't going to hate it. So this was a freestyle yard sale that was way out in the boonies, and I'm glad I took the chance to follow the signs all the way down because there was some untouched games here. I ended up getting this Wii Mini, which was the first time I ever actually had my hands on a Wii Mini. I had no idea the thing opened up kind of like a top loader, like you would see on a PlayStation 1. It was kind of freaky to me. But the Motion Plus red controller on there, all official. And then they had Mario Kart 8 and all that Skylander shit. And that big white bag is just completely filled with those dumbass Wii accessories that you always see. And over here, she had this Nintendo 3DS, which was in pretty good condition. The screen needs a cleaning, but it wasn't scratched. And there was a copy of Super Mario Bros. 2 in there, which was awesome because I needed that game. They wanted 40 for the Wii console, and then they wanted 15 for the Nintendo DS. I ended up paying 45 for both together, which to me was a great deal. I should be able to sell the Wii, make all that back, and then anything with the DS is going to be extra. But I'm very hesitant when it comes to buying Wiis right now, but for this one, I didn't think it was a bad buy at all. I was very happy with the purchase. Sometimes you just got to go, your way out there to find some stuff. So this guy right here was the neighbor, and he said that he had some PlayStation 2 games that he was considering letting go of, and he comes back out with this huge stack. Nothing too crazy in there. I had a bunch of these already, but I do get 2 titles that I did not have. This Namco game right here I've never seen. It was called Urban Reign. I picked it up, I was happy about it, and I ended up getting a copy of Fantavision, which isn't an expensive game at all, but it's one that I did not have. And I remember when the PlayStation was coming out that I remember that game was such a big deal everybody was talking about. So both of those I paid $5 for the pair. I was happy about it. And apparently Urban Reign's like a $15, $20 game, so it was a pretty good pickup. So right here is a random freestyle stop that I'm glad I took a chance on because I asked this old man if he had any video games lying around, and he comes out with a stack of PSP stuff. Nothing crazy special in here, but some pretty solid titles, especially some that I did not have that I'm going to be able to keep for my collection, which was great. I asked him how much he wanted. He said $5 for all of it. I said that's a great deal. Gave him the $5 and went on my way. That was a great pickup right there. So I'm on a side of the town that I don't normally go to much anymore on Saturdays because I typically go to a different part of the city. And I'm glad I stopped here. I remember this guy from a year or two ago. I got a copy of Final Fantasy VII complete from him for like $2 or $3. So when I saw him, I wanted to stop and see if he had anything different. And I'm glad I did because I did end up getting 3 titles that I did not have. And his prices were pretty decent. They were $3. Of course, I did 2 for $5. I only got 3 games from him, so I paid $8. I didn't bother haggling on the last one. I was just too tired, ready to go. I get this copy of Dirt Jockey for the PlayStation 1. It's a game I did not have. Now, here's a pro tip for you guys out there. Anytime you see loose disc games, especially PlayStation 1, because they had a lot of games that took multiple discs, don't be scared to check them out or get them. Like you'll see here, there's Final Fantasy VII, a bunch of the loose discs. I passed them up because they were too scratched, especially on top. If you ever see a disc scratched on top, avoid it because that's usually where a lot of the surface data lies. But you can sell those individual discs. People will need them to complete their copy so they can continue on with it. And you can get somewhere between $6 and $12, sometimes even more, depending on the game. So don't overlook them. And I was very happy to find this copy of Midway Treasures 2. I have Midway Treasures 1 and 3 for the original Xbox, but I did not have this one. I was super grateful to finally get that because there was only 3 for that system, and now I have the full series. And like I said, it was 2 for $5, so that and Dirt Jockey, that's my $5. And I ended up coming across this PlayStation 2 game here that I did not have. Nothing special, but it was a good pickup. Overall, I was pretty happy about it. So this copy of RC Revenge, Dirt Jockey, and Midway Treasures 2, as late of the day it was for $8, I was happy about it. So here we are with the final pickup of the week, and like I always tell you guys, don't pick up any Wii consoles right now unless you're getting them for a really good deal or they come with some awesome games. I paid $18 for this Wii right here. The reason why is both of these controllers were Wii Motion Plus official controllers. I sell those for $15 to $20 all day. They sell almost instantly. That's a good deal right there to pay $18 for everything. Wii's, for whatever reason, are not moving like they should, but I got a really strong feeling that as we get closer to Christmas, they're going to start picking back up, and I'm going to be glad that I got 1,000 Wii consoles sitting in my living room. So for the final pickup of the week, this was late in the day. It's like 1 or 2 o'clock. I was pretty happy about it. Plus, it also had that pretty cool Energizer wireless charger, so that was a pretty good plus. Alright, I hope you enjoyed all that awesome live footage, and just like always, we're going to go through all the pickups here, show you everything individually, as well as the stuff you did not see on camera. If I can remember anything about it, I'll tell you. If not, we're just going to kind of zoom through it. And we got a bunch of stuff here, guys. So let's get going. First of all, we got this. I picked up a couple Wii consoles this week. This is just a standard black right here. I don't think... Yeah, this one is not GameCube compatible. It doesn't have the little flip top where you can put the controllers. But it does have 2 Motion Plus controllers. You don't need to see all the hookups in there. But I paid $18 for that because of the Motion Plus controllers. Because I can sell those for like $15 to $20 a piece anyway. So that was a pretty good deal. I typically don't get Wii's unless I get them for a dirt cheap price. Just because they are hard to flip right now. Guaranteed when Christmas comes up, those things are going to be flying. I picked this 3DS up right here. Pretty decent condition. The screen's dirty. It's not scratched. It's just dirty. And it has a copy of Super Mario Bros. 2 in there. I needed that game. That with the charger. And it was actually like some little like charger where you just set it down, which is pretty cool. You don't have to plug it in. And this ring being picked up for $1/4. This Nintendo DS bag. So that'll just go with that perfectly. Paid... I guess allegedly $10 for that because I got a Wii console with that on top of it. It was a big bundle deal. At the flea market, this was that Game Boy Advance I picked up. Does cut on, does play, all that works great with it. Just missing the backs. I keep backs extra on hand for these situations as well as replacement screens. I paid technically $3 for this because I got a game with it, but he said $5 and I got a free game with it. But I think it was about $3. That was a good deal. Oh, here are the PSP games that I picked up. Paid $5 for all this. Mickey, I know you are looking for PSP stuff. Let me know if you need any of this. Most of the games I'm going to keep. Like Me and Mr. Katamari. I'm going to keep that one. Family Guy, the freaking Sweet Collection. I think that might be one for you because I ain't got nothing to do with me. Pursuit Force, nothing special. I already have a complete copy of this, so you're welcome to it, which is Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. And then, which is pretty cool, Metal Gear Acid 2. Never heard of it. I've never been a big fan of Metal Gear. I'm not a big fan of stealth games. You can hate me for it. One day I might get into them. Who knows? But paid $5 for all of those. That was a good deal. Let's see. Here is that Wii Mini. This was that other console. Now, technically, well, not technically. They said they wanted $40 for this and then $15 for the Game Boy or the Nintendo 3DS with Super Mario. I paid $45 for both this and that. It was a good deal either way. But the Wii's complete with all the stuff. I did not know the Wii Mini opened up like a top loader. That's freaking crazy. I thought it was like some side thing, but I've never seen one up close. Had the official red controller, all the hookups. You don't need to see that stuff. If you do, you're freaking crazy. I paid $1 for this basically, which was Turrican for the Sega Genesis. That is an awesome deal right there. I got that from the game lady at the flea market, which you're going to see a lot of this stuff comes from her. This stack right here does. We got California Speed, which was marked at like $2. Chopper Attack, which is marked at $3. These are just games that I'm pretty sure I don't have. I didn't mind taking the risk for that price. I'm not 100% if I have Lethal Enforcers for Super Nintendo, but I picked it up in case. If not, I can always resell it. Last Action Hero, they had it marked at, what, $3. Now, keep in mind, all this added up, and then we shaved some money on top of it, so I got a deal on top of everything. For $3, I got Super Mario All-Stars. He says the battery came loose in there, but I don't hear it. I'm going to open it up and just double-check everything and see if I do need to do some work on it. The pins are pretty yucky looking, but $3, I can pretty that up. That's going to be worth it. There's some pickups you did not see on camera. I paid, let's see, this, and this. I paid $7 for all 3 of these together, which was Colony Wars, a PS1 game I did not have. They had it marked at $5. And then you have, what is this, Road Track, the Need for Speed. Never heard of it. I didn't know if that was like a Need for Speed knockoff or something to do with it. And then a copy of Tennis for $1, but I paid $7 for all 3. That was a good deal. I just didn't get it on camera. Let's see, this is Dirt Jockey. You saw that at one of the random pickups where I picked up 3 games. You'll see the other 2 here in a minute, I'm sure. Let's start zooming through. Like I said, there's no real particular order of this stuff. There's that copy of Death Jr. that I picked up at Goodwill. It's got a cellophane on there, but that is not a factory seal. I'm pretty sure that's not a factory seal. It couldn't be because it doesn't have like the H-seam or something. You can kind of see how it's all ribbed around the edges. But hell, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you know for a fact, because I was pretty sure that they all have like an H-seam when it comes to DS games. Some PlayStation 3 games. Oh, there's that copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Complete that I got at Goodwill for $5. That's a good game right there to resell. I picked these up. I cannot remember where or when. I got these or how much, but oh, the pawn shop. That's right. For $2, and actually it kind of worked at like $1.50 a piece. Sports Champions 2 for the PlayStation 3. The Killzone trilogy, which is pretty damn cool. I like that. I want to get into the Killzone series. I heard it's pretty decent. The God of War collection, which I'm a pretty big God of War fan. I'm not. A lot of you know out there, I'm not a crazy fanboy when it comes to PlayStation. I'm more of the Xbox fanboy. PlayStation's got some pretty damn cool exclusives. I give them that. Let's see. We got more from the pawn shop. No, this was from the flea market. That's that Nickelodeon Nicktoons MLB Baseball. That's what I got with the Game Boy Advance. So that and the Game Boy Advance with the game, I paid $5. Midway Arcade Treasures 2, which I did not have. That is super awesome. Let me just double check and make sure I ain't shitting myself. Yes, I see 1 and 3. Now I have 2. Very happy about it because it was getting hard for me to find original Xbox games. Got these from the Game Lady at the flea market. Way of the Samurai 3. Awesome game for the 360. I did not have. And we got Fallen Angel Sacred 2 that she had marked for $3. These are excellent prices, guys. You can already tell that. Picked this up at a yard sale. We got NBA 2K16, Madden 16, and then the best of the bunch, which was Batman Arkham Knight. I think I said Arkham City in the video or something. I'm not a huge Batman fan. I don't know. Paid $7 for all 3 of those. A little bit high, but I should be able to make something out of it. Some games that I needed from my collection, which was Fun and Games 3, which I'm pretty sure is, I don't think I have. No, I don't have it. So that's good. I don't have that. It does come out for Super Nintendo, but that's like a more obscure one to find. And then Champion World Class Soccer. Nothing special, but some stuff I didn't have. When I got that Wii Mini that I paid $45 for it in the 3DS, it also came with Mario Kart 8, which was more incentive to buy it. So obviously that's like a $15, $20 game. There's my amazing sealed copy of UFC Throwdown for the GameCube. Look how bad that sealed is. I mean, that's just, you couldn't sell that and consider it sealed. So picked it up for $1. That was a good deal. Picked these 2 up. Well, no, there's that another game from that guy on the side of the road where I picked 3 games up with Dirt Jockey. That's RC Revenge Pro. It actually looks kind of cool, like little remote control cars or something. I'm going to have to mess around with that one day. Game I did not have, Urban Rain. I got this and another game, Fantavision, I believe, for $5. So that was a good pickup. There it is right there, Fantavision. I know some people on their pickup videos, they'll open them, show all that stuff. You don't need to see all that. Just trust me. Alright, this big stack right here I got from Goodwill. And I paid $15. I'm going to go ahead and unravel it because I'm going to have to anyways. And I'll show you everything I got. This was $15 for all these games. Nothing crazy in here. But I'll definitely be able to make my money back and put some games on the shelf. So that's what it's all about. Black Site Area 51. I hated this game. For whatever reason, it was terrible. Which was Call of Juarez or Juarez, the cartel. That was a shitty game, in my opinion. Madden 12. CSI. Oh, shit. I'll be bouncing all around. Just Dance Kids 2. Just Dance Disney Party. You're going to see a theme here. The Black Eyed Peas experience. Come on with it. Just Dance 2014. Don't be scared of the dance games. If they're the newer ones, 2016 and up, you make some money, actually, believe it or not. Dance Central. Anytime you see that purple case, you know it's a Connect game. Just Dance 2016. Just Dance Disney Party. Michael Jackson, the Beat Off experience. Let's see. Connect Adventures. Just Dance 3. Just Dance 2015. The Voice, I Want You. And Madden NFL 13. I paid $15 for all that. You would have done the same damn thing. That was an awesome pickup right there. I'm happy about that because there's going to be some games I get to add to the collection. At the pawn shop that was closing down, I saw this there for a long time. I decided to finally pick it up. I may have paid like $5 for this. It's the big book of spells for the PlayStation 3. Use it with the Move controller. Has the book, has the game. That's cool. It's big. That'll look good on the shelf. I doubt I'm ever going to mess with it, but I thought that was neat as shit. So I picked it up. Alright, we got Deadly Premonition with the $3 tag. Pick this game up if you ever see it. I got a feeling in the future, 1,000 years from now, this is going to be one of the more obscure, rare titles to get. It's actually a pretty damn crazy game if you're a Silent Hill fan. It's really B-rate, but it's fun as hell. If you are a Silent Hill fan or love those crazy old school survival horror movies, that's cool. Or survival games, that's a cool one to play. Lost in Blue Shipwreck, which if you've ever played the DS versions of these games, very cool. I love survival games. That one for the Wii I did not have. That one had a $5 sticker on it. Rogue Ops for $3. I didn't have this one, so anytime I add games to my original Xbox collection, you know I'm going to do it. Hour of Victory, a 360 game I did not have. And here we got Marvel Ultimate Alliance Special Edition, and that one is factory sealed, so I bought that one just to resell because I don't think that's exclusive for the PlayStation. If it is, I'll keep it. But for $5, that's a good deal. That's like a $20 sealed game. Oh my God, the game's on in. This was an awesome week, guys. Oh Lord, here we go. Another game I did not have. Kingdom Under Fire for the original Xbox. Come on, I will pay $3 for a game I don't have. This is a cool find right here. Natsume. That's a developer you need to keep in the back of your head. Rune Factory, I paid $5 for that. That's like a $20 game right there. That was a pretty good pickup to add to my Wii collection. Commandos 2, Men of Courage, one I did not have. Frontlines, Fuel of War, another game I didn't have. Come on, this is a good week for me. One of my buddies, we worked out a trade. He got a hold of me on Instagram. We eventually worked out a trade, and he sent me in the mail Bard's Tale. I've been looking for this game for such a long time. He messaged me, said, hey, I got it. I ended up trading him some Pokemon cards. He saw me getting a few videos back. I was very happy. He was happy. Oh, I finally got this game. Thank you. If you're watching that, thank you very much. Half-Life 2. I'm a huge Half-Life fan. Come on, Valve. Give us Half-Life 3. And you know it ain't ever going to happen. God, I picked that up at the pawn shop. That was like another $1.50 game. Here's more from that pawn shop. We got Crash and Burn, I Don't Have You. We got Backyard Wrestling 2, There Goes the Neighborhood. I don't have that one. Puzzle Challenge Crosswords. I picked up some pretty weird titles. Saints Row the Third, I'm pretty sure I don't have that one. Alpha Protocol, the espionage RPG. I didn't realize it had a dumbass second part name there. Alright, we got John Wood Presents Stranglehold. That's what I'm talking about. Saints Row 2. Crackdown. If you've never played Crackdown, it's actually pretty fun. Plus, they got that new Crackdown coming out. This is pretty cool. I wanted to pick this up. I have the second one. I got a buddy who's never played Crackdown, and I want him to play this. If you're watching this, Cheeto, play this. Virtua Tennis 2009. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I got this on a whim. And I don't have it. Oh my God, I'm glad. It's getting harder for me for this collection. I keep my original Xbox games right here, and that's why if you ever see me like looking, PlayStation 2s are over here, original Xbox are right here. I'm just seeing if I have them or not. Fantasy Life, they had $30 on it, but I got it for like $10, but I'm probably cheaper than that because we bundled everything at the end. That was a good pickup. That was that liquidation at the pawn shop. Infinite Undiscovery, picked that up for $3.60. Secret Service. Arctic Thunder with a super faded label. Silent Scope. That's got some of the cheapest graphics cover art I've ever seen in my life. That looks terrible. That is like right up there with like Sega Saturn cover art, man. Like if you can like think of like Panzer Dragoon, excellent game, terrible cover art. That kind of reminds me of it. Let's see, before we get into that crazy good stuff, we got more actual, disc here to go through. We got Dragon Ball Z Budokai, which I did not have for the PlayStation. We got Rally Sport Challenge, I did not have for the original Xbox. Defender, I didn't know if this was exclusive or not. I didn't look it up, so I just picked it up because it was $1.50. Come on, people. The amazing, now this is probably the rarest of the rare, Iron Chef Supreme Cuisine right here. Oh my God, my shitty Wii collection, it grows. One of my subscribers has recommended that I pick this up. I'm glad I listen. I always listen to you guys because you guys are smart when it comes to things that I overlook. He said, pick up the Bigs too. I did. I looked it up. Yeah, the game's like $15-20. So for $1.50, I got the Bigs too. That's going to go in my collection. I don't know why I overlooked it. It's just some sports games you don't think about, and it's crazy. Time Shift for 360. Didn't have that one. Picked it up. World War II Aces, didn't have that for the Wii, picked it up, and this is Portal 2. If you have ever played any of the Portal games, you will know that Portal 2 is awesome. And complete, great condition. This one actually might be an upgrade for me. So very happy about that. Let's move on to some of this other stuff. And in this big bag, I didn't go over it first. There is 6 Sega Dreamcast controllers. They are all in excellent condition. I got them for $2 a piece and probably cheaper than that after the bundled deal. You don't need to see all those individually. You know what a Dreamcast controller looks like. Let's see. I ended up getting also a Nintendo NES from that flea market lady for $10. As long as it powers on, I will get that thing to play primo first time every time after I refurbish it. Let's see. Make sure there ain't nothing else before we get to the last final bundle. Oh, and I got a zapper from the game lady for $3. The big buy that I definitely enjoyed. This was $150 right here. This was this Nintendo NES bundle. You saw Miss Ream being pick up for me. I'll show you why I paid $150 for it. So first off, to get my $150 back, after I refurbish, I got to put some work into this, guys, but after I recap, fix the pins, do all the disabled lockout chip, do all the refurbishing work that I do to this, get this thing playing perfect, bundle it up. It has 2 controllers, it has a zapper, and then we're going to throw some games with it. We'll throw in a Game Genie. It's got the manuals here, and it's got the book. So console that's refurbished, Game Genie right there, we're at about $60–70. Let's see, what games can we add to get up there? Well, the games it came with. Now, keep in mind, all these were in excellent condition. I think it was the original one. We got Demon Sword, nothing special. We got Dick Tracy. Now, I'm going to probably keep all these manuals because I'm pretty sure I don't have them. Duck Hunt, which you don't need to see. Star Wars with the manual. Super Spy Hunter, which is like a $30 game with the manual, so we'll say like $35–40 right there. Let's just say we're at $110 right there for the NES. We got Battletoads right there, very nice condition with the manual. That's like a $20 cart. With the manual might be $25. So let's say we're at $135 right now. We're getting close to making that money back. We got Batman with the manual, nothing special. It's like $5 game or so. Top Gun, TMNT. You throw some of these little shitty games. I ain't gonna say shitty, they're just cheap games. Throw some of these cheaper games in there with it, with your classic Super Mario Brothers. There's my $150. What else do we get extra with that, you may be asking? Well, one thing that I get to keep is the Dominator, the NES Advantage basically, but the wireless version with the sensor, which is a little bit more obscure to have. Super cool, very happy to pick that up. That made it worth it to me. We got some more games in this little thing, nothing special. It had 2 cases that were pretty cool. There was also WrestleMania, Pinball, and Lee Trevor's Fighting Golf, nothing special, but 2 really cool Nintendo cases. I didn't have this one. I thought that was pretty neat. That holds 8 games, I think, 8 or 10 games. But the main reason that I got this whole lot was so not only can I make a few extra bucks, but I get to add a very special game to my collection, and that is Battletoads Double Dragons with the manual, which was a surprise. I didn't realize it had the manual. Right there, I'm happy. Sometimes you got to put in the work to get some stuff out of it. I mean, it's not always, you're not always going to walk up to a table, pay $5 and get a $500 box full of Nintendo games. Like in this situation, I paid $150. I got to put some work in. I'll make my money back. Maybe make extra $20–30, but I'll get to keep some cool stuff. I'm very happy about that. But anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. This was an awesome week for me. I got the rest of the night. I got to figure out what to do with all this shit. But as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.